Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to install AxonDeepSeg and how to set up the AxonDeepSeg plugin for Fossilize. The first step is to install Anaconda. If you already have Anaconda installed or if you have Anaconda installed, you can skip this step and just open a terminal. If you're on Windows, open the Anaconda prompt. Just so you know, all of the instructions that are presented in this video are also available on our documentation website, which will be linked in the description of this video. If you're on Windows, you can install Anaconda by going to the website that's linked over there. It should lead you to this page over there and just select the installer that's appropriate for your architecture. If you're on Mac or Linux, you can install Anaconda by opening a terminal and running the following commands if you're on Mac, or the following commands if you're on Linux. Note that these commands can be found in our documentation, so you can just copy paste them from our documentation page. Since I've already installed Anaconda, I don't need to do this step. The next step would be to clone the AxonDeepSeg repository from Git. If you're unsure if you have Git installed, you can just type Git in the terminal, and if you see a list that looks like this, that means that Git is installed on your machine. If it's not, you can go to the Git website and you can download it from there. Right? So, in order to clone the AxonDeepSeg Git repository, we can just copy paste this line right there on our terminal. This could take a bit of time, so we'll jump ahead when the download is done. Okay, now that the download is finished, we can type cd AxonDeepSeg. This will place the working directory of the terminal inside of the AxonDeepSeg repository, and then we can create our Anaconda environment using the command line conda env create -f environment.yml, and we're going to give it a name using -n, and you can choose any name you want, so I will call this one ADS demo. And this can take once again a little bit of time, so we will jump ahead once the creation of the environment is done. Once the creation of the environment is complete, you can activate it using conda activate ads-demo. This is the name that I chose for my conda environment. Right, then next we can install AxonDeepSeg using this command over there. You can copy it and paste it. Note that the syntax has to be correct, meaning that the spaces are important and everything. This is going to take also a bit of time because we are going to be downloading some packages, not packages, we're going to be installing some deep learning models, and this can take a bit of time. Once the setup is done, we can run the command AxonDeepSeg _test just to test the installation for good measure. Okay. If you see it processing some patches, this is a good sign. This means that the software is segmenting an image correctly. And here it is. It says that the integrity test has passed and that AxonDeepSeg is installed correctly. So if you just want to use AxonDeepSeg on its own, this is good enough for you. You can use the Jupyter notebooks. Now, if you're on Mac or Linux, you can also choose to use the Fossilize plugin, which the documentation is over there. In order to set up AxonDeepSeg with Fossilize, we will start by launching Fossilize using the command Fossilize. Alright, the first time you open Fossilize, you might encounter this message right there. This is not a problem. If you see it, it's okay. You can just click skip. Now, in order to load the AxonDeepSeg plugin, you're gonna go on Files and press Load Plugin. Now you want to locate the place where AxonDeepSeg was cloned on your machine. If you're on Linux, by default it's gonna be on Home, and there's gonna be a folder called AxonDeepSeg, and you can find from there you can find the AxonDeepSeg _plugin file. Just select it and press open and press yes. And now the plugin should appear in the settings tab on OrthoView 1 and under ADS control. Now it is possible that for some of you this will not appear right away. So in order to make it appear, we're going to want to restart Fossilize. So just close the software and press the command to interrupt, because sometimes the software will hang, but that's not a problem. We can just start it again. Skip. And there you have it. The plugin is installed. Just a side note, if you restart your machine and you want to launch Fossilize, or if you want to use AxonDeepSeg, just open a terminal or the Anaconda prompt if you're on Windows, and just type conda activate, and then the name of your, just write the name of the environment that you used during the installation. In my case, it's ADS demo. And from here, you can just type Fossilize, or use any of the commands that are required for AxonDeepSeg, and that should do the trick.